I grew up in Virginia, and I had an incredible family. My grandfather worked for CBN, and he met the Holy Spirit. It just trickled down into our family, and I actually got saved at his house. And so I think all of that just literally created a foundation that was unshakable. I was around 5, 6 when we moved from Virginia to Tulsa, and I had seen this amazing video of gymnastics, and I was like, that's what I want to do. I want to be a gymnast. And so I found myself training for like 5, sometimes 6 days a week in gymnastics. But then we went to a church and we saw all of these dancers dancing, and I was like, wow, what is this? I mean, they are using their bodies to storytell, and I was like, that's what I want to do. And so I met this amazing choreographer. He was like, hey, I have this opportunity. Would you like to come with us? And it was going to be an international tour. But then also Christ for the Nations, the college, I had the opportunity of deciding which one I want to do. And I knew that I wanted to be in ministry and I wanted to be in people's lives. And that's what Christ for the Nations was training. I was like, let's go to Dallas. I knew that that's what I was supposed to do. I met a guy there and we dated for a while and we got married. A couple of months into our marriage, we got into an argument and my arm ended up being broken in 4 different places. It just escalated from there. I think there were definitely signs of abuse in us dating. Abuse doesn't start off just physically, it starts off emotionally, and I didn't feel like there was an out. I got a job, and the night before we were supposed to leave, my ex got pretty angry, and I was gonna leave with some of these guys that he didn't know. And so I'm sitting there the night before, and I actually have some of the cast that's in the other room, and he's yelling at me, and I'm trying to keep him calm. And then the abuse became physical, and he left bruising on my arm and on my neck. I just was like, I have to go. There's something on this trip that is supposed to be impactful for my life. I got on the little bus that we were on, and here's these break dancers that I don't know. And we stop, and they're like, hey, what's some of the bruising that I saw on the arm and the neck? And I said, you know, it's nothing. And I just kind of brushed them off. And they said, like, hey, we've been around abuse, and we know what the signs are, and we know what it looks like. And if you want, we want to offer you a place to stay. Then that night, I got all my stuff, and I moved in. And they literally helped save my life. I filed for divorce, and we got the divorce. Dance actually helped me get through some of my depression and in my time of toiling of who am I. And we went to a concert we were dancing at, and in walks this guy, and I didn't know that I was going to be meeting my husband then, and he was a dancer as well. And so he literally walked through the depression and everything with me. And we just had this passion to create something where artists could feel like they were at home. Out of that birthed this program called the Legacy Project in Tulsa. And we created a community that was life-changing for all of us that were involved. And eventually that morphed into a professional company. After 10 years, there was something that was starting to stir inside of me, and I went to my husband and I said, hey, I think things are shifting. And a lot of people ask, why would you move from Tulsa to California to South Carolina? What we really believe is that for 10 years, we had this word for the world and to be a part of that. And now we feel like there needs to be a bridge into the church, and there needs to be a voice for the artist in the church as well. If anyone is going through abuse or dealing with it, I think the thing that I would love to share with people is that you can thrive after that. Like, I don't just live a life that is victorious of getting out of abuse. I live a thriving life. I have kids. I have a husband. I am a working choreographer now. This is not a part of your identity. It's not who God created you to be. I literally stand on top of abuse with a sword, and I have conquered it.